Hi, everyone. Welcome to What Do I Read for Black History Month, our Black History Readers Advisory, brought to you on Fridays at 6 p.m. You can access this program by going to www.nolalibrary.org/events. I am your host, Shakrani Gray, the African American Resource Collection, Equity, and Inclusion Librarian at the New Orleans Public Library. And these programs are brought to you by the African American Resource Collection. Now, before we get started, I want to tell you about our other program, Black History Under the Canopy. That happens on Wednesdays at 6, and we will be talking about movies. So, the movies that we feature Wednesdays can be accessed through Canopy, our database. And if you have your library card and your email address, you can have free access to Canopy movies. If you don't know how to get to Canopy, you can go to the New Orleans Public Library YouTube channel and look at part 1, Black History Under the Canopy. There's a whole tutorial there. All right, let's get to it. So I want to start us off with the New Orleans Public Library website because there are so many resources there for Black History Month, and they're all in one place. So let's do this. Now I want to start you off from the beginning as though you are at home on your computer. So you're going to go to nolalibrary.org, and it's going to take you to the library's homepage. If you see right here in the middle, we have February is Black History Month, but right underneath, Celebrate Black History with Us is the key to all of our resources. So click it, and it takes you to this page. Look, what? Everything in one place. I like when everything's in one place. So we start with Black History Month's art contest. It's a contest for kids, for the New Orleans Parish students. And this year's theme is New Orleans Activists and Activism. Now, if you want more information about that, you just click the link right here and get all that information. We have bingo and crossword activities for Black History Month, and all of our Black History programs are also accessible here just by clicking right here. It takes you to everything we're doing, including the ones that I just told you about. And then we have our book carousels, which have under certain themes. So we have all the book suggestions. So let's start. We have Celebrating Black History, Present and Future, Celebrating Contemporary Black Voices in Fiction and Poetry. Then we have picture book biographies, which are great if you're trying to share Black history with your children. These are biographies that are written just for kids. Then we have, for the older kids, Black authors of teen and tween books, because we don't want to forget the teenagers. And then we have our classics, like I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Beloved is in there. There's a few good ones in here. And then last but not least, we have movies that are directed by Black directors. So just like Canopy gives you access to documentaries, we also have these movies here, which are offered through our website. Okay, so that takes us to our books. Yay! So we're going to start with the kids' book. It is Little Legends, Exceptional Men in Black History. And this book is written by Vashti Harrison and Kwesi Johnson. It's a juvenile book, so it has a J in front of the call number. The call number is J305.38896, H322L. All of that. This book is written for ages 8 through 16. It's an 86-page book, and it has color illustrations. You can get this book at the main branch, Algiers, Alvar, Central City, Hubble, New Orleans East, Mid-City, Ladder, Nora Navra, and Smith. All of the branches have it. And this book has a counterpart, which is Little Legends, Exceptional Women in Black history. But look at the cover. They're so cute. Aren't they the cutest? I just love it. Now, this book has people from all over. So they have musicians, they have artists, they have politicians. So this is a good book to have to share with your children all in one space. Our next book is Julian Bond's Time to Teach, A History of the Southern Civil Rights Movement. And this is a book that is written by Julian Bond. He's the author, with a foreword by Pamela Horowitz, photographs by Danny Lyons, and an introduction by Jean Theo-Harris, and afterwards by Van Newkirk II. This book was recommended to us by Teresa Butler, the Youth Services Librarian at Nora Navra. Now, she said, this is a terrific read, especially now during the era of the Black Lives Matter movement. Today's generation will appreciate this masterpiece. Will appreciate this masterpiece, and it definitely should be used as a toolkit because it explores Julian Bond's experiences and teachings during the Civil Rights era. So that's one to add to your repertoire. And the last book we're going to talk about is The Color of Law, A Forgotten History of How Our Government Segregated America. Now, this book was written by Richard Rothstein. The call number is 305.8 R847C. You can get this book from the main branch, Algiers, Central City, Children's Resource Center, New Orleans East, Ladder, Norman Meyer. This book was recommended by me because this is one of those that I actually read. Remember I said I'm featuring books that I read, books that I want to read, and books that I've heard about. Now this book, just like Hattiesburg that I mentioned last week, is a difficult read. It is a challenging subject of segregation and the laws that lead to a lot of the neighborhoods that we see as inner city or all of that. This explains how it got to be that way. It starts in the 1920s, and it shows the process that began with the explicit racial zoning that was the result of the migration of African Americans from the South to the North and the West. It takes us through the 1950s and the urban planning that created many of the impoverished neighborhoods we know now. It explains certain things like officially segregated public housing, and how the government encouraged segregated suburban living. So this is a very informative book, and it's a very important book. So we're gonna leave with this picture here. This is the Black Lives Matter display that is at Nora Navra's branch. If you've written by St. Bernard, you may have seen these letters in the window, and it is has been curated by Teresa Butler, who is the children's librarian at Nora Navra. Also, if you go closer, that is also where the Black History book display is. So you can see it in the window. Isn't that beautiful window? We love that window. So check it out. Please visit that branch and all the other branches of the New Orleans Public Library. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions or you want to check out some of these books, please contact the New Orleans Public Library. As for me, Shakrani Gray, the African American Resource Collection Librarian. All right, I'll see you next week.